Hey you guys, okay, so thank you for all the compliments, and I want to share with you all that, listen, 2 components of this set are missing, but in case you asked me about these ball tools, or if you were asking about these ball implements, they're different things, right? So I got these a long time ago from Michael's, and they have, you can make little dots with them, right? Sorry, I was hanging up on a spam call. You can make tiny little polka dots with these. And then like that's a tiny end down there. And then my favorite one has like another size, but it's somewhere stuck in the bowl. So then they come in that size as well. I think those are 3 implements. So you can find these in the clay section or over by the paint and the paint brushes. When I say paint, I mean like the less expensive paint, not like the fine artist paint section. And then you can find these, which are clay molding tools or modeling tools, over in the paint section as well, over by the Sculpey clay and all that jazz. And these are sculpting tools. I'm using them to glob paint on the earrings, but they're technically for polymer clay. And then on this end, they have like shapers, so like where you can do different shapes and molding and things like that, but these are actually clay tools. I'm just using them for paint. And you'll find that you do that a lot. You probably do that already, but just for those that had asked, that's where I'm getting that from. So now, look how pretty they turned out. I'm excited about the pops of color, and I'm trying to decide what we're gonna do next in terms of color. I'm not a fan of the green with that, but I think it would go because it's the color for the fall based on Pantone colors. I like the light blue, but it's not in keeping with the theme. And I'm really trying to stick with what the Pantone colors are for the season. So it could either be this green or it could be this green. And this is more of like a Kelly, like an apple green. So sorry, Bolt's excited about it too. So it could be that, or it could be the darker green, which is that. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with the darker green just because it seems like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what it's in line with. So I love the jewel tones of these earrings, and you're gonna be able to wear them and let them hang any way you want. I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking that they're gonna hang this way in terms of how I like them. So I'm probably gonna do them that way. And probably gonna do the green somewhere down here. So let me get this mixed up, and then we'll start to glob our paint on here, because again, we're using the ball tool to dollop a lot of paint on at once, so we don't have to worry about the brush strokes and all that jazz. What I was gonna say is, because I do wanna use the lighter blue color, just trying to make sure that's closed. What I could do is when I go to do the lines that we're gonna draw around each thing, I could always do, instead of using black lines, I could always, or cream colored or white lines, I could always use the light blue in terms of lines. So, you know, it's our earring. We can do whatever we want. So I like that. Look how pretty that is. Because, you know, the 70s was all about bright pops of color, or either the browns, the orange, the taupes, the tans. And you guys, brown and red, are like my least favorite colors. I'll do stuff in there, but I'm like, brown isn't even on the rainbow. Right? It's not even on in my color spectrum of thought process. I'm like, So I'm just globbing the green paint on here, no rhyme or reason. I should be paying closer attention than I did before, because I ended up getting orange paint on the design last night. So let me pay attention. So just trying to make sure that the shape is the same as that shape down there. So I'm really just eyeballing it. How's y'all's day going? So I'm waiting on Miriam. She doesn't have class today, so she's gonna go with me. I gotta go look at a house I'm gonna be putting on the market. And I have some insurance appointments, so much to do today. So I was like, let me try to get this done. I have clients that I'm believing God will get to closing this week. The seller has been delayed, and the appraiser and dragging hind parts, and I know they are so ready to get to close, and they deserve it. So I'm just believing God that that will happen with them this week. Actually, it's 2 or 3 people like that. So also trying to figure out what's for dinner, because my family looks at me like, what we eating? So that's really pretty. I like how that came out. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure to clean it off on the side over there. And then I'm gonna sit these over here on That's pretty. Sit those over there to dry. And I know I'm dragging it out by doing it bit by bit, but I just want to make sure I give each thing time enough to dry. So I'm trying to think of what other color I'm going to put on there that's in the Pantone color family. So that'll probably be the last color before we start to do the outline. So this was one of the colors, was this really pretty mauve color, which seemed like, I'm not really sure that would make a good mix, but I mean, it is one of the Pantone colors. I'm just not sure how I feel about it. So let's go think about it. Oh, well, one of the light pink colors is, and that might be pretty, although we have pink on here already. That's something to think about. So let's let that dry and be right back. Hey, you guys, so I decided to come downstairs to finish the earrings because I was sitting with Marvin. So I'm just gonna show you how I'm gonna outline one. I added some additional color dots to it, which I think came out really pretty. So I'm just gonna use like a beige color to trace around. Now mind you, I'm on like a little tray, so it's kind of wonky. So what I'm doing is I'm just tracing around to give it that 70s outline we talked about. Look how pretty that is. So what I'm going to do is just add lines to each section like we talked about. And it's going to give it that mod look. That's what I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for, mod. You remember Mod Squad? I don't know if I ever saw. Marvin, did you watch Mod Squad? Was that a detective show? Marvin knows all that jazz. You cool cats. You guys probably know about mod too. What was some other lingo from the 70s, honey? Without calling people jive turkeys. You cool cats. I think that's one, but we used it already, so. So look how pretty that is. So then what we're gonna do is, now I could do some black. I could sit this down too. That's what I probably should do. I was lifting weights earlier, so my arms started getting tired just holding that little thing up in the air. So, look how pretty that is. So I'm literally just tracing the outline of the colors we put down, just so it'll have like the outline detail. Now we could have done black, or what you could also do is you could go around and add some additional line colors. Now mind you, I just put this pink down, so I don't want that to bleed together, so I try not to get too close to that color. Pretty. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it too in a second. The green is still wet too, so I'm just gonna try to lightly go around that. I'm just using the really thin brush that I've been using throughout this whole time. Now mind you, these little balls of paint are still wet too, because I used that same ball tool to put them down. So I'm just literally skirting near the outside of them. And really, I'm just kind of placing the paint on top of it, so I'm not dragging the brush through the paint. And that way the color doesn't get all drugged through the design and mess it up in any way. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do like the edging, which I might, because it doesn't look finished by not doing it. Let's see. I like it like it is, but I'm just trying to decide if I should put something around there or not. I don't know. Let me think about it and then we'll be back. Hi, you guys. Okay, so look how they turned out. These are our mod 70s earrings. Lord, don't let me drop one up. I'm trying to hold them at the same time. Let's see what I can do. They're still drying, but look how pretty they are. So I think those are coming out pretty gorgeous. So I have some accent beads we're going to be adding to them after they dry. But just wanted to show you, wait, Caleb, just wanted to show you what they look like. Be right back. Okay, you guys, so the last finishing touches that we're gonna put on these earrings is I decided to do a black outline. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and add. And then after we add the black outline to everything, we're gonna finish it up with our Dimensional Magic, the Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. I love using that because you already know, if you've watched any of my other videos, it gives like a really great gloss, just like it would if you were using a resin or the triple thick. And I do like using triple thick, and I have some somewhere. I have no idea where it is. I'm in the process of moving stuff around and cleaning stuff out, and so I'm just not even sure what I did with it. So I'm just following along the lines that we put in place, that we did with the cream colored paint. And we're just making a bold, contrasting outline. And the reason we want to do this, because remember, we're doing a 70s design. And everything in the 70s had lines, and it had circles and mushrooms, which we're not doing. And we did a mushroom pair earring, the earrings. I don't love how they came out. I thought they were cute, but I just wanted my mushroom to be better. But we'll practice that another day. So what we're doing now, this reminds me of like a record label. So we're just taking our black paint, and I'm using a pretty thick coat of black paint on this really fine detail brush. So it's just a little narrow brush. And I'm just following along the edges of the cream colored paint. So I'll hold it up so you can see it. But I really love the outline of it, and the piping of it is really, really cool. So I did let everything dry overnight because I didn't want to try to do this while the white paint was wet. And I'm not trying to perfect anything. I'm just closing up the circles on the cream color we just had below, and then I'm just following the outline of the white line. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it. Look how pretty that is. I think that's coming out really great. So I meant to move everything back upstairs where I had different lighting, but right now I'm by a window, so I'm like, let me just use the natural light instead of trying to get near my setup that I normally have. And you can always go back in and fix anything. Like I noticed that there's a little fiber sticking out on the brush. And I'm like, don't be trying to mess up my design, sucker. That's a 70s term, I think, sucker. So we're gonna go in here. A couple more and we'll be finished. So we're just gonna outline, well, with this earring. Sorry for being quiet, I'm just focused. Slide it over so you can look at it. Look how beautiful that is. I think that looks pretty psychedelic and funkadelic for the 70s. So I'm gonna go finish the other one. I won't bore you with watching that process. And after we get that one finished, again, we're gonna use the Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. We're also gonna, for those of you that are new, I'll hold that there so you can screenshot it. I got it from Michael's. And did y'all know, y'all already know this, I completed a survey the other day, so it gave me another 25% off coupon. I'm like, okay, Michael's, y'all trying to do a little something, because they'll let you use multiple coupons, which I think is really cool. That's why I don't go to Hobby Lobby too much, because they got rid of their coupon. I'm like, who does that? especially during COVID, you know, when people were at home and they were probably making more items. But I do understand there's problems with the supply chains in our country. So maybe they're just trying to save money where they can. But I'm like, Hobby Lobby, y'all were already kind of expensive. Can we get our 40% off coupon, please, back, sir and ma'am? I don't know, but maybe we ought to start a petition for the coupon. And they probably realize people aren't going to stop shopping there over a 40% off coupon. I did, and I still had to go in there for some things I couldn't find elsewhere. Well, I think I was telling y'all I had to get some Reeves brand paint for my 15-year-old for her class she's taking online. And do you know that's only sold in the UK? That is the weirdest thing. I'm not even going to tell you how much I had to pay for it to receive it, to order it from somewhere in the US. It was ridiculous. I'm like, are y'all going to call me tomorrow? It was high. So I'm like, this better be some good paint, because I thought about buying a different brand and just hoping it was the same, but I didn't want to risk it and it not be, you know, the right thing. But that paint was expensive, and I don't understand why it's only available in the United Kingdom. That was just so strange to me. But anyway, let me know if you've ever used it, what you thought about it. It's called Reeves, Reeves. It hasn't come yet. I'm hoping it should get here today. And when I was going to order it, which I think it was pretty inexpensive, if I wanted to order it from the UK, it was going to take 5 months to get here. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, but the UK is only over there. Don't we have FedEx and DHL and all these other things? So that was different. I haven't had that experience before. So, what are we doing? So we have, one more we got to do right in here around the pink. And inside the yellow, and then we'll be done. And then right over here. That's pretty. So let me put my brush down so I can lift these up and show them to you guys. Now we have to do is let them dry. Oh, and then we got to drill our holes. And I am going to add some beads I showed y'all last night. Let's move this out of the way. How pretty is that? I think those are going to be incredibly beautiful. They're definitely going to be statement pieces. So I'm going to go rinse my brush off. We're going to let these dry. And then we will turn these masterpieces into earrings. Hey, you guys. So just wanted to come on here right quick in between appointments. Real estate and insurance are calling my name. They're like, Garlinda. But I wanted to show you, I finished the earrings. Look how pretty they turned out. I think they are so gorgeous. I still have to put some Mod Podge on the backs and just to seal the paint that's back there so it doesn't rub off. But I think they came out really incredible. I decided to add a bead accent. So these are our funky 70s psychedelic earrings. I think they just came out so incredible. And I thought about making another pair, but time does not permit that. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. I'm not sure what we'll make the next time. I have a couple of ideas in mind, but I think you'll know it'll be something super creative and cute. Love them. Okay, God bless you guys. Have a great weekend.